Hey, Katrina here from Scrappy Horses. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am doing something really crazy. So I'm glad you're here with me because you wouldn't believe it if you didn't see it. First off, this is for a challenge over at Twisted Thursday at the Outlaws. And the theme is all about you. And this is all about me because it's about horses and Western design. And it's about doing something that's just crazy. So let's get down to it. This is a pretty complex video. So if you're new to Cricut design, you may be sort of thinking, what in the world? But of course, I welcome you to stay and watch and have a good time with us. Those of you who are a little more advanced will probably still think I jumped the shark on this one. So let's get started and see what I did. All right, let's start off with this white piece right here is just the card base, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Set that aside. This is nothing but a layering piece, and this piece is a layering piece. This little horse is just the digi I'm going to use. So it's not a digi, it's a cut. All right, it's a die cut that I'm cutting here, and I have put an offset on it. So I brought the horse in, all right, from the images, okay? And then I just said I wanted to offset it. So I set the size I wanted, hit apply, and then I had my offset, okay? So that's all I did there. So I'm going to go ahead and make that go away. Here's the part I want to show you today because this is crazy. I went in and picked several of my favorite country type images. And here they are. All right. So I'm going to move all of this. Let's just move all of this off to the side for a minute. And I'm going to move these dots off to the side. And I'm going to bring all of this here to the middle. And I'm going to make it big for us. I brought in all of these different images. These are different floral images, the Western hat, the horseshoe, the Western saddle, the boot, and the spurs and the rowels. And I even took the rowels and copied them again and put them in the middle of these little flowers that I placed over the barbed wire. Okay. And then I came in and I actually typed in the word dots, and I came up with all these little dots, and I took them apart and made them into different configurations and put those in. All right. Then what I did with this, once I brought them all in, I left them as is, and I just made them print then cut. That's all I did. All right. So let's back off out of here again, and let's come over to here. I brought in my paper size that I wanted. All right. So here it is right here. And I ended up with my paper size being about 3.593 by 4.71. And this is in inches. And then I laid it over this collection right here. I just laid the piece of paper over it. And then I started adding and subtracting. Okay. So let's just go ahead and I'll just show you the beginning of that. Okay, so I bring in my square, I turn it into a rectangle, and let's make it about 4 by, let's see, we said 359 by 471. So let's make this about 3.5 by 4.7. I'm going to change the color to white. I'm just going to bring it in here. I'm going to send it to the back. Now this is what's going to show up. So I'm going to take this whole collection that I have put together, all right, and I'm going to make it smaller. I'm going to bring it in here and a little smaller yet. All right, and now you can begin to see how I put this together, how I got that. Now this video would have taken forever had I taken you through every single thing I did, you know, moving each little image around and getting it exactly where I wanted it. So I'm not going to take you through that part. You're welcome to play in Cricut Design Space, bring in your images, place them around. Then you're basically going to place your paper size over it like I did here. Then comes the really hard part, and it's not a creative part. And this is where the majority of people are going to say, I'm not going to take the time to do this. I'm not into this. Okay. And I get it, you know, because it's tedious work. You're going to bring in a square here. What you need to do at this point is you need to start erasing or getting rid of what's on the outside of your paper. Some of it's going to be very easy, okay? For example, this little dot right here, easy, because all you have to do is bump this up next to the edge. And you know what? Let's make this really big. You're going to bump this up right there. You're going to select it like so. And if it says you can't slice, then you've selected something that's added extra, because you can only slice out one thing at a time. So, slice. So that got rid of this. And it also got rid of that half piece right there because that was part of the same thing. Now, that's not right on the edge, but I can just put it over there, and now it will be. And then I can just delete this, and I'm just using the key on my keyboard to do that. I'm going to come in and just get rid of this part of the saddle now. Get rid of that stirrup piece, part of that stirrup. Again, it's gotten in and it's gotten more than just one part. Now, one way I can do this is I can select the saddle, and then I can come over here and say, okay, all I'm getting rid of is the brown part. So I can click that brown, then come up all the way to the top here, and there's this square piece right here. Before I click that, I will click my shift key. Hold my shift key down, left click this. Now, all I have selected here is this piece. And there it is. Nope. And this piece. You can see that it's highlighted here in this green color. And I can slice it. And now that's sliced out. Now, all of my cuts disappeared, all of those lines. So that's part of the price we pay for that. If we don't want that to happen, what you can do on a piece like that, and I think what I will do on a piece like that, is I'm going to leave it alone, let it cut that, and then I'm going to cut it with my paper slicer. And that is always an option. You can do the whole thing that way. Now I'm going to come in and select this dot, slice. I'm going to bring this over, get rid of this pink and this green here. Now see, this is a two-tone flower. I've got pink and I've got green. So I'm going to just say pink part. I'm going to hit my shift key, slice result, and slice. I'm going to pull that out. Bump this up again. I'm going to pick my green this time. hit my shift key, and slice again. And now that piece is out. All right. This piece is a simple one because it's just that piece right there. I can come in and select that, and I can slice. And it's gone. So you get the idea how to do this. All right. Here's another one of these multicolored flowers. So I would have to do 1, 2, 3, 4 different slices on that. Okay, because I would have to slice out the dark orange, the light orange, the brown, and possibly this yellow if that's, well, I may not have to do the yellow because it may slice out anyway. It may not be part of that. So I may be able to get by with that. Let's see here. Let's just slice it out quickly. So I have cut away and deleted everything except the saddle, but I want to keep that because I want to see if I can keep those lines in when I actually flatten it. And I may not be able to, so it may have all been for naught. I'm going to move this backwards first. So I'm going to move it to the back. Then I'm going to take my white sheet of paper here, move it to the back. And I'm going to go through and just sort of double check and see if I've got things lined up where I want them now that I've sort of moved things around a bit. Okay, looks good, looks good. And if anything does sort of come off the edge, I can always change it. It's not a big deal. I'm going to take all of this now, select it all, and flatten. And there it is, ready to print, then cut. I hope that wasn't muddled. I hope you sort of understood what I did. It's a crazy thing. It's a crazy idea. And I'm not even sure. This is one of those videos that I'm wondering, am I sharing this because I want to teach you how to do this? Or am I just simply sharing a crazy idea? You know? And it could be that I'm just sort of sharing a crazy idea with you today because it's a lot of work. It's a little crazy. If this is something you'd really like to try and you'd like more information about it and I wasn't clear enough for you to be able to duplicate this, let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to go step by step through the process slowly. But I just kind of wanted to throw it out there and see what everybody thought about it. And because it would be a long video, it would take a long time. It would be a lot to sit through. So if it is something you want to sit through and you want to see, I'm more than happy to make the video. Let me know. All right, I'm going to head on over. I'm going to actually make this card and get it posted. There's not much to making it. It's just a layered card. I'll probably put some string or something behind that horse just for fun. And I'll show the picture at the beginning and end of this video so you'll see what the finished card looks like. But I won't even post that part on this video. All right, have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I will catch up with you in the next video, which will be much easier to follow, I promise. Have a great week. Bye.